y'all, Dixie here. Today I want to talk to you about the 3F UL Gear XPAC backpack and my thoughts on how it compares to the Hyperlite Mountain Gear Southwest 2400, both used on the Camino Francis for over 500 miles this summer. When my sister and I were prepping to hike the Camino de Santiago, we were trying to decide what packs we were going to take. She settled in on the HMG Southwest 2400, and so I thought it would be a good opportunity to get the cheaper option that was somewhat comparable to the Southwest 2400 and go with the 3F UL Gear XPAC backpack. The HMG pack Montana used is actually just a smaller white version of the pack that I started with on the PCT. Now I want to go ahead and get this out of the way completely. Neither of these companies know I am doing this comparison slash review on these packs. I am not sponsored by either of them, and I purchased both of these packs myself with my money. First things first, the price difference in these packs is about $170. When I purchased the 3F UL Gear pack, it cost me $139. I got it on AliExpress, and the price does vary. The HMG pack I got for $310 on their website. Now, depending on whether you get the white or black version, the black version is a little more expensive, but these two packs we used, we're looking at $139 versus $310. Another thing to keep in mind is where you're ordering from. The 3F UL Gear pack is going to come from China, so depending on where you're located, it might take a little bit longer to get to you than, say, if you're in the United States and you order the HMG pack, which HMG is located in the US. Now let's cover the basics of each pack. The 3F UL Gear pack is made from XPAC material. Now I had intended to order the UHM WPE pack, and they're available right there together on AliExpress, and I just got confused as I was ordering or didn't pay enough attention and ordered the XPAC instead. I didn't have enough time to correct my mistake and order the other pack, so I just went with the XPAC because it's still a waterproof material and the pack is also marketed as a waterproof pack. The reason I wanted the UHM WPE version of the 3F UL Gear pack is because Dyneema, which is what the Hyperlite Mountain Gear pack is made out of, is a UHM WPE fabric, and that just means ultra high molecular weight polyethylene, and it's just a synthetic fiber. Don't let your eyes glaze over or get too in depth with this. And the XPAC material, instead of being a synthetic fiber, it's just several layers that are laminated together. So it is a different material, but I figured they were comparable enough considering they're both waterproof. I was a little worried that the XPAC material would be flimsier and not as stiff, so it would be kind of a pain and flop over while I was trying to load everything in my pack, but it wasn't like that at all. It was still rigid enough. The claimed weight of the 3F UL Gear pack is 29.3 ounces. That's just the bare minimum. There actually is some fine print in that, which I'll talk about later. And the capacity is 35 liters. The claimed weight for the HMG pack is 30.08 ounces and a capacity of 40 liters. Both packs come in various sizes, small, medium, large, and then the Hyperlite Mountain Gear pack has the option also of tall. I decided to weigh the actual weight of each pack. Both packs are medium, although they do have slightly different sizing ranges. And the 3F UL Gear pack is 28.25 ounces, and the HMG pack weighed out at 29.9 ounces. So these are pretty comparable to the claimed weights. Of course, sizing of your pack will probably affect the actual weight a little bit. The 3F UL pack has a detachable hip belt, which actually comes in two different sizes. I didn't notice the option for the sizing. I wasn't prompted for that when I ordered my pack, but obviously there must be some way to request that. And then the HMG pack just comes with a standard hip belt for whatever size you order, and it is stitched in. Both packs have a roll top closure. The 3F UL pack closes a little bit differently. Both of the clasps are on top of the pack, where the HMG pack has a closure that goes on either side of the pack and then across the top. And another thing that's a little different is the HMG pack has Velcro on the top area on the roll down, where the 3F UL pack does not have any Velcro. For frame/support, the 3F UL pack is frameless, but they suggest that you use some sort of sit pad, and actually has little elastic bands on the inside where you can put a sit pad just to add a little more stability to the pack. I use the one that I got from my Gossamer Gear Mariposa. I'm sure you could order something different, but this is where it could cost you a little extra for this pack and also add a couple more ounces in weight. With the sit pad is 30.5 ounces, so it will vary a little bit depending on what sit pad you decide to use, if you use one at all. And the HMG pack has removable aluminum stays. Now let's talk about all of the bells and whistles. Both of these packs have a large outside pocket, which to me is important. I like putting my rain gear back there and other things that I want quick access to. The 3F UL Gear pack has a mesh pocket, while the HMG pack has a solid pocket. If you prefer mesh, HMG does have a version of this pack with a mesh pocket. Both packs have a pocket on either side, which I call a cup holder. The 3F UL Gear pack is not elastic on that cup holder, or at least at first it doesn't appear to be, but you can actually cinch it up with an elastic cord, which then allows it to be elastic. But I found that leaving those loose made it easier to get things in and out, so this gives you versatility. The HMG pack has your typical elastic pockets, which are nice if you don't want to have to worry about something popping out easily or turning over and something falling out of your pocket. Both packs have 2 adjustment straps on either sides of the packs to help adjust and fit things to the pack how you prefer. The 3F UL Gear pack had a nice little feature that I really liked, and that is an elastic cord on the outside of the large mesh pocket. I think it's convenient for being able to hang dry clothing or for whatever else you want to hang or attach to your pack. The HMG pack does not have the elastic cord, but you could still use some of the other straps to hang dry clothing if you wanted to. Both packs have gear loops. The 3F UL Gear pack has 2 smaller loops on either side on the bottom of the large pocket, and the HMG pack has 1 located in the center on the bottom of the pocket. As far as shoulder straps go, the 3F UL Gear shoulder straps seem to be a little wider, and they have load lifters attached to them, which if you like to fine-tune things, those are nice to have. Both of the shoulder straps on the 3F UL Gear and the HMG pack seem to be comparably padded. The hip belt on the 3F UL Gear pack seems to be wider and much more cushioned in my opinion than the HMG pack. The 3F UL Gear hip belt pockets seem to have more capacity, but I think both of them are adequate for having snacks and a cell phone. And I would definitely say that the 3F UL Gear pack's back panel is superior in comfort because it has some cushioning there and also has a space in the cushioning to, I assume, promote airflow. Montana didn't complain about having a sweaty back, but if you are prone to sweating, then you might appreciate the added airflow model of the 3F ULG pack compared to the HMG pack, which just has the solid panel of Dyneema. Some of you may remember that I had issues with my HMG pack rubbing my back on the Pacific Crest Trail. Montana didn't have any issues with the pack rubbing her back, so either it's improved or it was never going to cause her issues anyway, because sometimes one pack might work wonderfully for one person and then the same pack might not work at all for another person. That's just the way it goes with gear. For hydration, both packs have a hydration port if you prefer to use the bladder with the little hose and bite valve. We actually did use that on both of these packs on this trip. The HMG pack has a pocket if you like to put your water bladder in a pocket on the inside, where the 3F UL Gear pack does not have that hydration pocket. I did notice a little loop with some Velcro on it on the inside of the pack. I guess maybe that could be for attaching some sort of bladder. I typically just throw my water bladder in on top of the rest of my gear. I don't use those pockets, but if that's a deal breaker for you, the 3F UL Gear pack does not have a pocket specifically for a water bladder. Now let's talk about performance. Both of these packs did great on the Camino. As far as durability goes, I can't see any significant wear or tear on either of these packs, and I would say that they still have miles and miles and miles to go on them. And again, this is after 500 plus miles of using them every single day. The only thing I found to be annoying about the 3F UL Gear pack, or something that I was displeased with, was the chest strap. It is made out of straight up ribbon, like you're fixing to put a ribbon in your hair to go cheer at a football game on Friday night. Not like a thick, good, durable nylon strap. It is made out of ribbon. So I was a little worried that it was going to fray and tear up. Thankfully and surprisingly, it did not. Now, because it's made of ribbon and is kind of slick to the touch, I guess, it slipped a little bit, so I kept finding myself having to adjust that. Not a huge deal, but just something that was a little annoying because how many seconds of the day did I spend readjusting the chest strap? So if I was to use it again in the future, I would probably replace or rig up some type of different chest strap. The HMG chest strap is definitely superior in quality, and it also has a whistle on it, which I feel like a lot of gear companies do incorporate an emergency whistle on the chest strap because it's conveniently located. However, the 3F UL gear pack does not have a whistle on it. So just something to keep in mind. You might want to have one separately if you get that pack. Now, Montana said that the only thing that got on her nerves or was annoying a little bit was the Velcro on the closure area of the HMG pack. So it's because she's OCD. So if you're an OCD person and having to close Velcro just perfectly and have everything all lined up is going to be a struggle for you, then you might want to think about that, because that's something that she spent a lot of time doing. I think when she would open it, she would just have to close it perfectly. So for me, that wouldn't be a problem. I guess I'm kind of a sloppy person, so I would just put it together half-heartedly and roll it down and be done. Now, waterproofness. Let's talk about that for a second. One of the things that I really like about the HMG pack is it comes already seam sealed. All of the waterproof packs that I've ordered in the past have already been seam sealed like the HMG pack is. So I didn't really think about it, and I noticed that my pack was getting more wet on the inside than Montana's pack. And at first I thought, oh, just because it's a cheap pack and it's not performing well and they claimed it's waterproof and it's really not. But I think that the issue was I didn't think about the seam sealing. And after we were already on trail, I realized that it was not seam sealed, so I really didn't get to test the waterproofness like I would have preferred to. Montana's pack did stay completely dry on the inside. She didn't have any issues. It wasn't an issue for me that the pack was leaking, whether the material was leaking or if it was in fact seeping in from the seams, because I do use redundancies with waterproofing. I always use a pack liner of some sort. Both of the hikes I went on this summer, I used a Gossamer Gear pack liner. They come in a pack of 2 for $5. It's convenient, lightweight, and fits to the packs well. So that's what we used, and then I always put everything else in Ziploc bags. So I never trust that a pack is going to be waterproof anyway, even if it's advertised that way, because it could get punctured or have abrasion and just wear down the waterproofing. So anyway, I would suggest using redundancies, but if you're gonna get the XPAC pack and that's something that's important to you to have it seam sealed, that's something that you're gonna have to do on your own, so that might add extra cost and a little bit amount of extra weight to the claimed weight of this pack. That was a huge rookie mistake, so that's something to look out for if you do order a 3F UL Gear XPAC pack. Another thing to consider when buying a pack is the warranty. The 3F UL Gear pack, I couldn't find any manufacturer's warranty, but they do have a 35-day buyer protection, at least on AliExpress. So if something didn't come in right, you could always return it. The HMG pack has a 1-year manufacturer's warranty. In summary, I do think that this was a pretty cool experiment, getting to see how both of these packs performed side by side. And I do think that the 3F UL Gear XPAC backpack is a good pack to use, especially for folks who are just getting into backpacking and might not want to spend $300+ on a top-of-the-line lightweight backpack. So it would be a good option, and honestly, I'd use it again in the future. But just those main pointers about it's not going to be truly waterproof unless you seam seal it yourself, and then also it's probably going to be a little bit heavier than the claimed weight on the website because of adding the sit pad and the seam sealing if you prefer to do so. Just make sure you know what you're getting if you decide to order one of these packs, because it's a bit misleading or confusing how they're listed together on the website, and it doesn't help that most of it isn't in English. I hope that this information is useful, and if you have any questions on either of these packs, please feel free to leave those in the comments below. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, be sure to do that before you go, and we will see y'all next time.